Welcome. It's lovely to have you here again today. I've been looking at this moon tarot card for quite a while, and it's been motivating me to think about the two wolves, the old Cherokee legend, because when the moon card comes up, it is all very mysterious, and these two wolf-like figures howling at the moon. I've just been seeing connections recently between this and the old Cherokee saying. So I'm just going to read out the fight of two wolves within you, me, and all of us. If you feed them right, they both win. So I've just found this on the old Google machine, and I will put the link in the description. It was published on December the 10th, 2017. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going on inside me," he said to the boy. "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego." He continued, "The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." The first lesson is the fight is eternal. The first part of the story is telling us that we can never get rid of the first wolf. The first wolf will always be there. The fight between two wolves is eternal. Both wolves will always be there. This applies to our emotions, behaviours, habits, and every other aspect of our lives. I used to fall into the trap of trying hard to banish the negative side of myself. I would force myself to eat 100% healthy all the time, beat myself up for relaxing even for just a minute, and tried to get rid of those negative thoughts in my head. The truth is that none of us is living in pure bliss. What we can do is to act in spite of those negative feelings or hard times. We can't take away those fears, those worries, those doubts, and move forward anyway. That's how you feed the second wolf. One truth to remember is that it is so much easier to feed the first wolf. The first wolf is there to encourage the easier options in life. It's easier to complain, procrastinate, dismiss, ignore, and give up. There is almost no effort required to do those things, and you're getting the reward with the sensation of relieving and instant gratification without much of an action. The second wolf is very different. It's picky, it's harder to feed. It's challenging, tiring, and time-consuming to do things like learning, teaching, inspiring, sharing, or simply sticking to a new behaviour. These things take so much energy, effort, momentum, and guts, and you don't usually see immediate results from them. Which wolf you choose to feed will define who you are, and we all know we should feed the second wolf, even if it is harder. Feeding the second wolf is how we end up feeling a sense of accomplishment and success at the end of the day. By conquering the temptation of the first wolf, we opt for a much more challenging, but right, option in life. Now let's move on to feeding both wolves. In the Cherokee world, however, there's another version of the story, and it ends this way. There are two wolves fighting in your mind. Which wolf will win? If you feed them right, they both win. And the story goes on. You see, if I only choose to feed the white wolf, the black one will be hiding around every corner, waiting for me to become distracted or weak and jump to get the attention he craves. He will always be hungry and will always fight the white wolf. But if I acknowledge him, he is happy and the white wolf is happy and we all win. For the black wolf has many qualities: tenacity, courage, fearlessness, strong-willed and great strategic thinking that I have need of at times. These are the very things the white wolf lacks. But the white wolf has compassion, caring, strength, and the ability to recognize what is in the best interests of all. You see, son, the white wolf needs the black wolf at his side. To feed only one would starve the other, and they will become uncontrollable. To feed and care for both means that they will serve you well and do nothing that is not a part of something greater, something good, something of life. Feed them both and there will be no more internal struggle for your attention. And when there is no battle inside, you can listen to the voices of deeper knowledge that will guide you in choosing what is right in every circumstance. Peace, my son, is the Cherokee mission in life. A man or a woman who has peace inside has everything. A man or a woman who is pulled apart by the war inside him or her has nothing. How you choose to interact with the opposing forces within you will determine your life. Starve one or the other, or guide them both. So I'd never heard that last version around the possibility of feeding them right, and they can both win. So that's just a little preamble that takes us into this 3D versus 5D. So I've been hearing a lot about the third dimension versus the fifth dimension, and I kind of knew that being in the fifth dimension was where I truly wanted to be. However, I didn't actually know truly what the fifth dimension was. But after I have done my programming prayer to remove disinformation, misinformation, state and religious programming from my DNA and every cell in my body, I've found that that has manifested in the Twitter spheres and the Instagram spheres and the YouTube spheres where I connect in with the collective consciousness, and a whole heap of different information has been coming to me in those spheres. And I'd like to just take you to Tim Wild, Tim, and then Wild is WHILD. And he is an ascension master, a crystal lover, an ascension enthusiast. And his playlist has come to me. And in the process, I've been doing a lot more work with Archangel Chamuel, who is the vibrational energy that has sat with me as this episode and this piece of prayer analysis has unfolded on my beautiful sheet of A3 paper. And what I'm learning on here is there is a playlist and it has the 5D chakras. And there's 10 videos on there. I only did 9 because one of them is, I think, like a yoga thing. And I just didn't do that one. However, what I've learnt is about these 12 chakras. And it's the old made new. At the fall of Atlantis, we agreed to revert to only having 7 chakras activated for the 10,000 years of spiritual incarnations that we have been going through to get to this point in time. And in December of 2020, 2012, the downloads for every soul on the planet was upgraded to allow us to move from working with 7 chakras to 12. So this is kind of how I like to learn things, is make the list and then add the information. So as a starting point, the first one, about 1 meter above your head, is the Stella Gateway Chakra. It's a golden orange light, and it works with the energies and vibrations of Archangel Metatron. And this is probably the first thing I learned, is the 7 chakra colours that I had been made very aware of and could recite in my sleep. The colours have changed as part of turning on the 12 chakras in the 5D world. So the Stella Gateway Chakra, about 1 meter above your head, is a golden orange light and works with the vibration of Archangel Metatron. The Soul Star Chakra, which is about 1 foot above your head, works with the magenta colours and works with Archangel Mariel. Then we have the Casual Chakra, which is about 1 inch above your crown chakra. It's a pure shimmering light, and from doing these meditations on Tim's playlist, mine's like a pale blue moon, and it's a crescent moon. It's not a full moon, but that sits about 1 inch above my head. And Archangel Christiel is the archangel who works with that chakra and that vibration. So these little star ones, these are the new ones, the old made new again. Then we move into our crown chakra, and that's a crystal clear colour, and it works with Archangel Jophiel. Move down to the 3rd eye chakra, and where I was taking my information, they didn't have the colour, so I will add that in when I refer back to this playlist to just build the picture up. But the 3rd eye chakra works with Archangel Raphael. Moving down to the throat chakra, this stays a royal blue colour, and Archangel Michael is the vibration and the energy of the throat chakra. The heart chakra has changed to a pure white and is tuned with the vibration and the energy of Archangel Chamuel. And mine, it's a pure white, but it has pink and gold shimmers when I've done these meditations and worked with my own energies. The solar plexus chakra, that's a deep gold with rainbow flashes of colour, and Archangel Uriel is the angel that works with that vibration. And now we have a new chakra between the solar plex and the sacral, and it is the Naval Chakra, and it is a vibrant orange. And Archangel Gabriel is the angel that works with that vibration of that chakra. And when I did my meditation, I saw kind of the bright orange, almost like the high vis vest orange. So that's the orange that came to me in the meditation. Be interesting to see what orange other people get. We then move down to the Sacral Chakra, which is now a soft pink colour, and Archangel Gabriel is the vibration for that chakra, as well as the base chakra, which now is a platinum colour. So in my meditations I saw that as kind of a silver, molten kind of silver melting, which was kind of cool, but silver and platinum, very similar colours. And then we have the Earth Star Chakra. So this is just below your feet, and Archangel Sandalphon works with that. And it's black and white as the colours. However, from my meditation and going through the playlist, that became like a hematite colour for me. So I have been finding myself immersing into this world of what actually is 3D versus 5D, and I am so very grateful for Tim Wilde, the Ascension Master, the crystal lover and the Ascension enthusiast, for all of the materials that he has been providing freely on YouTube, and I believe on the fake book, for the last, I'm not sure, maybe a decade. And just the last few days I have had so many incredible talks and meditations just flick up into my into my world. So what I have today is I'm going to use these cards here when I ask, because it's, you know, the channel energy. So it's a deck I haven't used very often at all. I've bought them, looked at them once, used them for one reading, and now I've pulled them out, and I am going to ask these cards the question: what advice, guidance, and support do Archangel Chamuel and my higher self want to share with my human incarnation today to support my ascension to 5D? And, you know, going back to the wolf story, I can't starve the 3D world. It still exists. So how do I feed them both? How do I feed them right so they both win? So that's kind of the energy in that question. And I just have an affirmation or a prayer or a mantra that I've written today that I would like to share with my higher self and Archangel Chamuel. So we'll go through that now and then head to the tarot cards. I thank you for working with me today and all the days of all my lives you've worked with me. I seem to have lost my intuitive intelligence, and now my 12 chakras are restored. I thank you for guiding my human incarnation back to the wisdom and intelligence of my own higher self, my divine being, my Wairua. I know that nothing is truly lost, since my higher self and God is everywhere and can sense, smell, taste, hear, and see everything, everyone, and every situation our human incarnations are experiencing. Thank you for the guidance you have already provided, and I thank you for the continuation of your support and guidance as my intuitive intelligence returns to every strand of my DNA and every cell of my body. Kia ora, amen. So be it, as within, as without. Okay, so I actually felt quite lovely just reading that out, and I just love that my broken heart is healed, and see all these different versions of my heart. When I was stamping them, it became quite apparent that, you know, sometimes the broken heart was so, you know, there wasn't much heart left, but other times there's been some incredible experiences, and, you know, sometimes the love's, you know, almost overflowed and spread out. So I don't have to carve any of those experiences out of myself. I've just needed to unprogram myself and integrate everything and understand that I am not broken. The 3D world is what's broken, and I'm just going to leave that there. So these cards here, this question for myself, let's split the deck, and these ones, it doesn't really matter, does it, want to go on top? Oh, and that's because we want the underlying energy, so we'll pull out the underlying energy for a bit later. So this is myself at the moment, the Prince of Gems, and this is the advice and the support. This is the past that led to this, and this is the situation that's going on between us. This is the outcome, and some advice, and some more advice. Okay. All right. So at the moment, in the physical and material world, I am rebuilding everything to do with my physical and material world. Absolutely everything. And I have got to the place now where I've started to communicate that, and now I am feeling like everything has come together, and I'm wanting to just run and be like a knight and just hop on my horse and charge into the future. This, now that my heart's broken and the programming has, I'm no longer spellbound. I just want to live and enjoy my life. So the advice for me is the Two of Wands and the Two of Wings here, the butterflies, and it's interesting because I put the butterfly stamps around the edge, for the transformation. And I think this is just telling me to have some balance, continue to live and operate in the 3D world, but coming from a 5D vibration. And it's also telling me that less communication is more, and I still have a way to go before I actually am ready to just hurl myself at life after these few months of building myself up once I've got rid of all the programming. So the past that led to this, it's the Lover's card. So what this is telling me is that this, see, it's a picture on the box. This is finally the connection between my human incarnation this time round and my soul's essence, my Wairua. I've finally realized that we are connected. I am my higher being, and now that I can see that so very clearly, it's just the path forward is just so clear. What is going on between the advice that my higher self and Archangel Chamuel are giving me, and the me in the world? And I think it's this Five of Wands card. About defeat. So to me, this is, I was watching the Off the Top podcast today with old Sesh and his sister Alex King, and they were saying that anyone who speaks out and says something different to what the collective consciousness would have you believe is the only thought going on in the collective consciousness. If you speak out, you will get attacked. They will say that you're cuckoo, is the words they used. And so for me, this is just understand that is the energy that's going to come at you, and don't let it defeat me. Balance how much time I spend being attacked with how much time I spend not being attacked. So yeah, this should be the me that's just living my best life and figuring all this stuff out. And this is the me that how much attention I should give to the black wolves, really. A little bit, but why? Because they will teach me how to live and be 5D and 8D. Because this planet, it's still our home, no matter what happens. The outcome is the Six of Gems, generosity. So in the physical and material world, there is enough for everyone. And that's great. Living as a 5D sovereign being with your 12 chakras fully activated and connected. In that way, there is absolutely enough for everyone. But that is the thing. The 1% who own 80%, they don't need 80%. So it's their black wolf that is going to have to spend a bit of time talking to their white wolf, because greed and ego is just not the way of the future. So some advice for me personally: the 10 of wings, the 10 of wands. No, sorry, wings. Oh, that's swords. Not, well, actually, yeah. So that is, people are going to be mean, haters going to hate. And this one is, the difficulty is over. Now that I've gone through this process, this is what the card's telling me. Now that I've gone through this process, the difficulty is over. I'm fully activated in the 5D world. I activated, it turned out when I counted them, to be 8 crystals along with myself when I intuitively gathered up a few things to take to that meditation with me. And for me, I am in the 5D vibration. It's just, I'm fully in it. It's just the adjusting to the 3D world, and that's the other advice. So the 5 of roses, that's wind and fire. Interesting. So yeah, I just think that without what's going to go on is people's minds who like to think differently and only believe that there is one wolf, one truth, one single source of truth, and everything that isn't their truth is obviously misinformation, disinformation, or a lie. There's going to be a lot of that going on continually in the world. The world has fallen to a place where I am right and that there means you four are wrong. No, I'm right, so you have to be wrong. If people just raise the heck up and have a look at what's going on and figure out which actual wolf is feeding that TV that tells you what to think, feel, and behave. These cards are just telling me there's a lot of that going on, but it's not for me to concern myself with, because I've done the free YouTube meditations and I am activated to 5D, baby. So bring that on. And the underlying energy of the deck, the 9 of roses. So that's the wands and the fire. So that's usually this is just telling me my old habits of just doing so much and just so much. My to-do list never ever got to the bottom, because 8 things would go off the top and 18 things would get put on the bottom. So I'd spend all night doing 10 of those things. So tomorrow I can do 8, and they would have gone, wow, she did 18 things today. Let's give her 27. So that's the underlying energy of this deck, is those habits of mine are no longer going to serve me, and doing less is going to do me so much more. So this has been a really interesting reading, because what I thought I was actually starting to prepare today was the rewrite of the programming prayer. So to unprogram yourself from state information, religious information, programming, religious programming, state programming, which when state programming, we can actually replace that with taxpayer funded corporation programming, and misinformation programming and disinformation programming. So I think that is what I'm going to do next. But yes, this Archangel Chamuel journey of connection back to my higher self, my higher being, my Wairua. That is the love affair that I have been on the past, wow, how many decades is it now? It's been going on forever, but yeah, it's coming together, and yes, I am very, very happy to have met my higher self, because I am my higher self. Anyway, I will get back to drinking my tea out of my beautiful new cup, which let's share it with you. Mysterious things I see when telling fortunes in tea. So yes, I'm going to get back to my cup of tea, and yeah, see you all soon. Bye.